This 18-year-old TED Talk breaks so many speaking rules, but I still think it's one of the best. Hi, I'm Rob D. Willis, and I'm a strategic story producer, and I've actually shown this TED Talk in pretty much every one of the hundreds of workshops I've given on presentation skills and storytelling, because it is that good. It's called The Best Stats You've Ever Seen, and it's by Hans Rosling. One thing I love about this presentation is that Hans Rosling doesn't look like your idea of a TED speaker. He's dressed really casually, he says all the time, he's looking at the computer as well, but he nails all the important stuff. Here are 5 techniques that I think make it a complete masterclass. Number 1 is opening with a personal story, not with statistics. Now, of course, the presentation is about data, but Hans actually chooses to open with a little personal story about becoming a professor at a university in Sweden. The reason he does this is that when you come on stage, when you start speaking, people are hypersensitive to lots of information or opinions. So it's actually much better to start a little bit slower, just with a little story to get them warmed up before you try and teach them anything. Number 2 is he has a crystal clear problem statement. His story sets up one key problem. The issue wasn't ignorance, it was preconceived ideas. When your audience know what they're meant to be getting out of a presentation, then they're going to find it much easier to understand the rest of what you're talking about and take the right story from it. Number 3, he explains every chart like you're seeing it for the first time, because guess what? You are. In this part, he talks about the axes, life expectancy and fertility, and he talks through what the larger bubbles are, the countries, because he knows that's what we're going to look at. Most people just throw data at their audience. What Hans does is he takes them through it like intelligent people seeing it for the first time. Number 4 is he shows the why behind every single change. So in this part, when he's comparing the US and Vietnam over a period of years, he doesn't just show that the data has changed, he talks about the social context of what's going on that led to the change, because data without human context is just numbers. And number 5 is he reveals complexity gradually. So in this part where he's showing the rich versus poor and how we oversimplify things according to continents, he starts by just showing us the 5 continents, and then bit by bit he breaks them apart and shows us that actually it's far more complex and far more nuanced. I don't even need to mention his great sense of humor, his storytelling, the way he uses repetition successfully, the way he justifies the origins of all of the data that he has. You're just going to have to go and watch it. Just search The Best Stats You've Ever Seen and tell me what you think in the comments.